This is a tutorial for the SAM Getting Started project. Now, this project is very short. All you really do in this project is type one word. The real goal here is to, one, get you familiar with the Cengage platform, and two, to get you familiar with submitting the projects here in Cengage. So you have 3 attempts on every project you do for this class. So just keep that in mind. So if you submit it the first time and don't get the grade that you want on it, don't panic on it. You can go in, go back to your file that you submitted, correct the changes that you need to make to improve your grade, and then resubmit it. All right, you can do that 3 times. So go ahead and click on the link here in Moodle to get started. And it's going to take you over to the Cengage platform. And it does take a few seconds sometimes, so just be patient with it as it loads. Here we go. Notice that it does tell you that you have 3 attempts over here. All right. Go ahead and click on your Start button. All right, now you've got 3 columns. One, you've got your download files column. So you've got an instruction file and you've got a start file. Now, future projects in this class may have other files. So just be mindful of that. You will have pictures from time to time. You will have Excel spreadsheets. You will have Access files that have tables in there when we get to databases. So just keep that in mind, that you won't always just have 2 files. Sometimes it will be multiples. Then you've got the middle column here where you actually save your work, all right? And you'll always have the expected file name down there for what the file is supposed to be named once it's actually submitted. All right, and then your third column over here has where you submit the file for a grade, and you will have a little button that comes up here that says submit when you get through and actually upload the file. And then after you upload it, you'll have a button that comes up down here that says Graded Summary Report. And that's what you'll click on to get your grade, and it will tell you what is right and wrong. So we'll go over all of that during this video. Go ahead and click to download your instruction file. All right, and I'm going to save it in my downloads folder. All right, and I will download my start file as well. I'll also save that in my downloads folder. All right, you can save it anywhere you want to, though, on your computer. And I will go ahead and open up both of these files. You can go ahead and click Enable Editing on both of these once you open those. Now, your start file is going to be blank, so don't panic when you see that. All right. All right, now, the next thing I want you to do is to split your screen, and there's 2 ways to do that. So the first way to do it, and this is only for Windows 11 computers, is that you can hover over this button near the top of your screen, and you've got some different screen layout options that you can choose from. All right, so you can have 2 different things up on your screen at the same time. Now, if you've got multiple monitors, this is not a problem. You can have one document on one monitor, one document on the other monitor, but a lot of folks just have one monitor, and that's okay. But this is a way that you can sort of split your screen up. Now, the other way to do it is you can push the Windows button on your computer keyboard and the right or left arrow key. So let's see. I think I want to put my blank document here on the right side of my screen. So I will go ahead and type on the Windows button and the right arrow key. All right, and that's going to send that version over to the right side of my screen, and then I will click on the instructions file so that my file opens up over here. And see, this way you've got 2 documents open at the same time, and you can easily go back and forth. All right. So now we need to just start going through our instructions. So the first thing you need to do is to change the file name. So it's saying that we need to save the file that we have over here. Basically, all we're doing is changing it from a 1 to a 2. All right. And you also have a note here that says if you do not see the .docx file extension, do not type it. The file extension will be added for you automatically. All right. So I'll show you that in just a minute. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and click on File, Save As. And then over here on my downloads, I'm going to come over here and you see, let me just slide over here just a little bit. I'll replace my 1 right here with a 2. And this is where I was talking about that we don't want to add the .docx. So it's really tempting to do that, but Word adds that automatically. All right, so you do not need to add that. If you add it, it will add it twice and it will say that your file name is incorrect. So just be mindful of that. If you get an error message, check and be sure you don't have a double file name. All right, so don't put anything here, it automatically adds it. And go ahead and click Save. All right. And then we'll come down to our steps here. It says SAM projects begin with a brief scenario to give real world context to the steps you perform. You are a student working on your first SAM project. You will complete a simple sample step by entering text into a Word file. You will then submit your file for grading. And it says in the first blank paragraph of the document, type the following text, and that's where you'll type in hello. And that's all there is to it. So I'll go ahead and click my Save Disk up here on my Word window, my start file, so it's saved. And then if you scroll down on your instructions, on all of these projects, you will have a final figure down here that will always show you what it's supposed to look like when the project is finished. All right, so always compare the two. Now, obviously, your future assignments for the class will be a lot more complicated than this. So it will really help you a lot down the road to be able to look and compare these two files to be sure that what you've done looks like what this figure is supposed to look like. All right. So now that we've done that, go ahead and close out of both files. All right. All right. And we will click on my upload window here. And I want to go to my downloads folder. Let me expand this out just a bit so I can see my file names. And I want the one that has the 2 after it. Go ahead and click on the one that has the 2 and it should upload here. All right, you see that it saved a file. And notice now I have a submit button. All right, so go ahead and click submit. All right, I got my green box that says it submitted. And this is where I want you to click graded summary report. All right, so go ahead and click on that. I'm going to save the file and open that up. All right, and it should give you your grade, which is a 100 out of 100, or it should be, hopefully. Now, for this project, we just have one box, all right? For your future projects, you will have multiple boxes, so just be aware of that. All right, each project step will be listed there, and it will tell you the points that you've got wrong or right for each step. And then at the end of that, you will have a copy of the file that you submitted. So you see there's your file that says hello. All right, now, if you had done something wrong, it would have a little red line that comes out here and a little comment bubble over to the side that tells you what needs to be corrected. All right, and that's all there is to it. All right, hopefully everybody got a 100 on the first attempt. This is where if you did not get a 100, you could go back and make your corrections to your file and resubmit for additional credit. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But hopefully you found this video helpful and you'll enjoy and learn a lot by doing these project steps.